I ain't never been what you'd call a delicate sleeper. Spent most of my life drifting off like a dog in a truck bed. Sunset hits and I'm gone. No dreams to speak of, no tossing, no turning. Just that soft, black nothing. But something changed around late July, right when the heat turned mean and the air got that oily shimmer, like God himself was wringing out a hot rag over the county. I remember waking up one morning, already tired, as if I'd been running laps in my sleep. Felt wrong, heavy, like someone had been standing on my chest all night. Didn't think much of it, not at first. Folks chalk up all sorts of nonsense to summer heat. But it kept happening. And then the dreams started. Now, I ain't much for dreaming, but this one was steady as the sunrise. I'd be lying there, half buried in my sheets, breathing slow, and a figure would ease into my sights. Tall fella. Too tall if you want to get right down to it. Long arms hanging low like he was built wrong. Skin was slack like it wasn't sewn on tight. And he just stand there at the foot of my bed, leaning forward all curious like. Never said a word. Hell, I never even saw that bastard blink, just staring at me with that face. You know that expression some folks get when they're trying real hard to remember your name? He had that. Apologetic, but hungry. I always woke up before he moved. But the waking wasn't much better. Every day my bed was scooted just a tad off center. My pillow'd be on the floor. Sheets pulled up tight around my legs like someone had cinched them up. They got to the point where I'd wake already staring at that damn door, heart punching my ribs from the inside. I knew something wasn't right. Nightmares don't leave fingerprints. So one evening, about a week after this whole mess started, I went down to Walmart and bought myself a cheap little camera, set it on the dresser, pointed it straight at where I slept. I didn't want to do it, truth be told. Something about watching yourself sleep feels indecent. Like spying on a man who ain't got no defenses. But I needed proof. I needed something solid to tell me I wasn't going soft in the head. And that night, the dream was worse. In it, the tall man didn't stay at the foot of my bed. He got closer, leaned down, long arms swaying, and when his face drifted into the light, I swear to God it looked like wet paper hung over branches, loose and crinkling. I could smell the cold dirt rolling off him. I couldn't move, not a damn inch. Couldn't speak. I just lay there and watched as he crooked his head, slow-like, as if adjusting to a new angle. And then he smiled. Not a grin, just the face kinda stretching. Like the skin didn't know how to make the shape. That's when I woke up, gasping, sweating, swearing, bed half off the frame, and the camera still blinking red. I didn't watch the footage until I had 3 cups of coffee and a talk with myself. Sat down in that old recliner, turned the sound up, and hit play. First few minutes were normal. Me snoring soft, back rising slow. But then, at about 2 a.m., my eyes opened. Wide, dead wide, staring straight at the damn ceiling. I didn't move at first, I just laid there breathing. Then my right hand slid my blanket off. My left followed, and I rose up gradual as a tide. Not sleepy or confused, just a mechanical rise, like I was a puppet and something else had just pulled my strings. I stepped to the foot of the bed, and here's the part where my stomach dropped. I started talking. Not clear, loud, just a soft whisper, like a child begging for forgiveness. And I weren't alone, because the audio picked up another sound, low and breathy, like someone dragging air through old cloth. The tall man was there. You couldn't see him, not straight on, but the camera caught a shadow stretching across the carpet, long, crooked, bending wrong. And I leaned toward it, close enough my nose almost brushed that darkness. And then I said it, clear as church bells. I'm ready. My voice, but older, worn thin like an old stove rag. After that, the footage fuzzed, screen twitched, skipped a few frames, and suddenly I was lying back in bed like nothing had happened. I didn't watch it again. I didn't need to. That night, I forced myself awake till near dawn, but exhaustion ain't a thing you can bargain with. Sometime around 5, I drifted off. No dreams, no movement, just peaceful sleep. It was the next night that the hurt started. I woke up screaming just before dawn, hands clamped to my sides. Felt like something was crawling under my ribs, pushing up against the bone like a trapped animal, skin twitching and little spasms, like a heartbeat that wasn't mine. I had bruises too, dark finger-shaped marks around my wrists, long fingers, longer than any human's got any business having. Day after, something in my reflection shifted. Not much, just a little off. My eyes were a little duller, skin a shade too pale. My smile didn't fit right no more, hanging crooked on my face like a picture someone rehung in a hurry. And something, whatever I'd agreed to, kept on moving. At night, I'd hear it, soft and shifting under my skin, greedy and patient, like it was getting settled. Soon as I realized that, I stopped sleeping altogether. Stayed awake with coffee, loud music, every damn light in the house burning bright. But again, exhaustion ain't merciful. I drifted one afternoon, just a blink, maybe a heartbeat, and in that blink I saw him, the tall man, not in a dream, in the doorway. Leaned sideways, neck crooked low till it nearly brushed the floor, listening for breath, for signs of sleep. And I knew deep as bone knowledge that he wasn't waiting to take me nowhere. He was waiting to move in, to finish what I'd agreed to. That whisper, I'm ready, it weren't permission for him to come closer. No, sir, it was permission for him to come through. And he was already halfway. I ain't slept since. Not a second, not a blink. You sleep, you dream. You dream, you open doors you ain't supposed to. And I already opened mine. Next time I nod off, he'll step right in, pulling himself through like a man squeezing into a borrowed suit. And he'll wear me better than I ever wore myself. So, if I look tired, if if I look a little hollow, brittle, not quite put together. Well, don't you worry. Ain't me for much longer anyway.